pour in 30 ounces of shredded hash browns. We're making some crock pot cheesy bacon potatoes. Once we have those in there, we're going to take half of this cheese. I shredded up 16 ounces of cheese. We're going to only put half in it right now. This was one of the top voted recipes this week and last week, so I figured it was time to make it. Once you have half the cheese in there, you're also going to take half of your bacon. You cook up. I have 16 ounces of bacon. Put half of it in there at this point. About that much. I cooked it myself. Some people get it pre-cooked. I like to cook it myself. And then we have half an onion that I chopped up that we're going to throw in there as well. Onion's optional. If you don't like onions, just leave it out. I do like onions, so. Then we have some sour cream. We got 8 ounces of sour cream. I'm going to throw into the mix. And then cream of chicken. 1 can of cream of chicken soup. See, I love sour cream and onions personally. My wife, she has her own opinions.
Yeah.
But sometimes if I like sneak it in there and she doesn't know, she likes it. So.
It's true.
All right, once you have that in there, you're going to take a cup of milk and pour that in as well. Okay, once you have all those ingredients in there, you're going to take a wooden spoon or whatever you want to use and go ahead and stir all those ingredients together. Get it nice and mixed in together. Just get it folded in. Some people do this in a mixing bowl. I don't really feel like dirtying up a bowl, and I feel like I can mix it fine in the crock pot. So that's what I'm doing. All right, you'll know that we got that nice and folded in there. We're gonna take the rest of that cheese and just dump it over the top. It's a little clumpy because I shredded it myself. This isn't the bagged stuff. I like that better. And I've heard bagged stuff has a little extra ingredients in there that you don't want. And then we take the rest of that bacon and throw that over the top. And just go ahead and spread that somewhat evenly. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, once you have all that in there, we're gonna put the top on and we're gonna put it on high for 2 to 3 hours. We'll come back and this baby should be ready. All right, let's check it out. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. Oh, this is like the perfect comfort food side dish. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta get right into this. I'm so glad that y'all voted for this recipe because now I get to enjoy it. I feel like I'm at Cracker Barrel on steroids. Look at that. Man.
Looks good.
Looks super good. I'm hungry too. It's dinner time. It's about to be my side. Y'all gotta try this. Y'all let it. It's getting a little colder. We need some good warm sides. Holidays are coming up. This will definitely be a hit. At the Thanksgiving table, Christmas, any time of year, really. This thing is good. Y'all gotta try it. Start with a 1/4 cup of butter. Get that nice and melted in there. You got that melted, we're gonna throw in a 1/4 cup of flour in there and a tablespoon of minced garlic. Get that stirred together. While it's on low heat, we're gonna pour in 1 cup of chicken broth. What we're making right now is our cheese sauce for the scalloped potatoes. And then we're gonna pour in 2 cups of milk. We're gonna whisk that together. You wanna constantly be whisking it. Also, while you're in the whisking process, go ahead and salt and pepper your mixture a little bit. A little salt, a little pepper. And just keep whisking till it gets nice and smooth. And now that we got that mixed nice and smooth, we're gonna add in our cheese. So I shredded up 2 cups of cheddar cheese. You're gonna wanna just stir that together until the cheese is nice and melted. All right, now that we got the sauce done, we're gonna put half of our potatoes. I cut them into little 1/8-inch circles. We're gonna put half of them on the bottom of our grease 9x13 baking dish. I have a nifty little device that cuts them into nice little circles. We're gonna pour half of it over this first layer. All right. And now that we got that, we're gonna put in the other half of the potatoes. Just dump that in there, get it nice and spread around. This was one of the top ones y'all voted for, and I'm glad you did, because I'm excited to try this when it comes out. So we're gonna take the other half of that cheese sauce and just pour it over the top. See how the bottom is like more clumpy because you got some more of the melted cheese on top. That's why you want to have that bottom layer on the top of here. And we don't be wasting in this house, so make sure you get your spatula. Get that little bit of cheese sauce out of there. So once you have your second layer on there, second layer of potatoes, second layer of cheese sauce, you're gonna take your 9x13 and you're gonna put it in your oven that's preheated to 350. And you want it to stay in there for 55 to 70 minutes. So just keep it, once it gets to 55 minutes, keep an eye on it. All right, y'all, once you have it in there for about an hour, you're gonna wanna hit broil. Let it broil for just 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes, and then you need to pull it out. All right, y'all, now that you've had it broiling for 3 minutes, you wanna take that baby out. Oh yeah. See, that's how we got that nice golden brown on top. Thing is bubbling. Perfect. Looks good. Okay, we gotta try this. Oh, this is gonna be the perfect side dish this holiday season. Oh yeah, cutting through real nice. Nice and soft, baby. Mmm. Y'all gotta try this for real. This would be like a perfect side dish for your Thanksgiving, your Christmas, whatever it may be. Give it a try. All right, y'all, this was the #1 requested recipe last week, so I'm gonna give it to you. You can dice it up yourself, or I bought this diced mirepoix, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, at Walmart. All right, now that it's been about 5 minutes, we're gonna add in 6 cups of vegetable broth. Once you have all your vegetable broth poured into there, we're gonna throw in our diced ham. I got it pre-diced. 16 ounces of diced ham. You can dice it up yourself if you have a little extra time on your hands, but I didn't, so I just bought it pre-diced. And then I got 2 medium russet potatoes that we're gonna throw in there as well. They don't sell pre-diced and peeled potatoes, so I had to do that myself. We're gonna put it on high so we can bring it to a boil. Also, while we're bringing that to a boil, let's add in some cracked black pepper. And go ahead and get that stirred in there too. We got that nice and boiling, so we're gonna bring it down to medium and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Let those potatoes get a little more tender. And while that's simmering, we're gonna throw in 2 tablespoons of butter into this pan. And now that the butter's melted, we're gonna put a 1/4 cup of flour into here. Whisk it around in there for about 1 minute. You don't want it very long. You don't want it to get burnt. All right, now that that's been cooking for about a minute, we're gonna pour in 2 cups of whole milk. You want to whisk that in for about 4 minutes. All right, now that we got that nice and thickened up, we're gonna bring it over to our soup here. Just pour that baby in there. All right, got that pretty good and scraped out. Once you have that in there, go ahead and just give it a nice whisk. All right, we let that simmer for about 10 more minutes. Now we're gonna add in our little final touches. Gonna put in just a little bit of parsley. I don't like too much parsley, but a little bit adds a little bit of flavor. Fresh parsley, and then we're gonna add in just a little bit more of the black pepper and a tiny bit more salt. Just get that stirred in there. All right, y'all, moment of truth. That looks good. What do you think, sweetie?
Good. It's a good meal for a cold day.
Absolutely. All right, let's give this baby a try. This is my favorite soup that I've made on here, y'all. This is gonna be perfect for the fall, winter time. I'll post the recipe in the comments so you guys can try it at home, but really, you need to give this a try.